People are always asking for detailed PvP guides, so this video is for very new players. We'll go over basic mechanics of how PvP works, not for like team formation and assembly, but just how the season works. As always, if you're interested in my meta updates, I stopped making videos for those. I release charts that track the most common characters using the top 1,000 players, PvP teams, and you can find those in the official and community discourse as well as Reddit. So why should you care about PvP? Even if you don't like PvP, it's a consistent source of weekly diamonds, and even investing a little bit to get a little bit into potentials, a little bit into gear to get you a couple extra 100 diamonds per week can be really good, especially for free-to-play players. I know a lot of free-to-play players and newer players will be like, I can't compete in PvP, I don't even want to try. And it is challenging. You can be very limited by costumes, but hopefully we can help you get the best out of your team and get you a couple extra 100 diamonds per week. And more importantly, the higher you are ranked, the more opportunity you have to get some decent goodies in the shop. You can see here, they have a monthly free costume, and then they have some 4-star rank ups, 3-star contracts, refining crystals, UR exclusive gear, etc. This is all really good stuff. And lastly, if you're a veteran player, you gotta find something in this game that keeps you excited after you beat all the regular content. And some people, they love Fiend Hunt, and for me, I like PvP. Each season runs just under 1 week, from Monday at 9 AM Korea time to the following Monday at 12 AM Korea time. There's a 9-hour period in between where players' placements are tallied, and the devs have a chance to adjust for any abnormalities or cheaters that occurred during the season before the rewards are distributed 9 hours later. So just remember, it's 9 hours before the regular reset. This may change. They just mentioned in their 300-day dev note video log stream thing that they might be changing the timing on that. So keep that posted. If this video, you're watching this, months later, it might have changed. And as you probably figured out, every player gets 40 free wine a day, as you see at the top. And if it's not the last day of the season, just use it with your regular dailies. Doesn't really matter. But you'll also occasionally accrue extra wine, which is shown as this additional yellow number to the side, similar to how extra rice is stored. As a general rule, if you're not a whale who buys the extra wine, don't use it except for the last 30 minutes before reset, because the last 30 minutes before reset is when players that want to try to climb a little bit or prevent themselves from falling down in rank will spend all their wine to continuously attack. And the reason you attack at the end is because attacks win rates are designed to be around 70% and defense is designed to be around 30%. The devs have said that many times. So it generally behooves you to attack near the end, and that can help you sneak into whatever the next rank up is and get you a couple extra 50 wine or something like that. Next, I wanted to show a common question newer players have is how they set up their team costumes properly. It can be a little bit confusing. So I'll go through some examples right now. Let's pretend I'm looking at my attack right here. Let's pretend I just put this Diana on the scene. If I don't touch anything with her costume order down here, the visually displayed Diana costume here, which is her second one, her drunk costume, is the only one she's gonna do. That's the default if you don't manually set the costumes. So she's going to ignore her base costume that gives the elemental advantage, and is always gonna do the energy guard costume over and over and over whenever it's off cooldown. Since she's first in my queue, my rank here, she's always going to get priority to do her queue or her costume over others if there's not enough SP to do some of the lower ones. So the higher you put the unit, the more likely they are to do their costume. But if you want to set anything more complicated than that, as you usually will, you're going to want to click that set costume order and then set it here. Now, some people think that if I want her to repeat this, I need to fill out the whole row. You do not need to do that. It will just do it until the cycle is complete and then repeat it. So if I just put her costume once here, it's going to do it. Ignore her base, it's never going to do her base. And then whenever this is off cooldown again, it's going to go and do her drunk costume again. And because she's first in queue, I will always have enough SP. You will always have a minimum of 6 SP each turn, aside from the first attacking turn. So you should be good to go on that front. The only slight exception to that would be potentially Gran. Gran, you can see here, has these preemptive options. You're going to want to just select the one that you want to do preemptive, like her void. And then when you do the costume order, she just did her void at the beginning of the game. So the next one you want to do in line is going to be her idle Gran, and then you'll set her void again later on. And again, you don't have to repeat it, because after it does 2 of them, it's just gonna cycle through the whole thing all over again. So that's how you would set up a Gran. So I hope that covers most of the common questions for very beginners of when do I attack and how do I set my costumes correctly, especially how do I set Gran correctly. And hopefully that sets you up for success, gets you a little motivated to try in PvP. I know it's really challenging, especially without dupes and gear. I'm working on other videos for that, but I hope that gets you set up. And obviously, as always, if you have other questions, you can reach out to me on the community or official Discords or on Reddit. I'm happy to help you out.